Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Behind the Mic. This is student host Walter Pierce, who's on 89.5 WSOU, and we just wrapped up a show, which is every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 a.m. I started off my show talking about Nella Larson, and Nella Larson, is a writer who's not really talked about a lot. And she's different in a way where her writing techniques doesn't really use the African American vernacular or folklore, which a lot of African Americans used during the time. So her being able to be as successful using different types of genres of writing, and also she known a lot of prominent people, and a lot of prominent people respected her. So she was somebody who was very important to the upbringing of African Americans during her time. Then I went on to talking about Black Wall Street, and Black Wall Street really started in 1905, and about 16 years later, the Tulsa race riots happened, where, it was just a lot of chaos, burning down of buildings, just total destruction of Black Wall Street. But the thing people don't talk about is how they were able to rebuild, and people still use their talents and resources to be able to rebuild Black Wall Street until sadly again, like around segregation, where segregation ended, is where it fell again because of the integration of white people also in Black communities, which allowed them to buy a lot of the land. So, really just that's something you just think back, and that's just kind of sad how we had actually power, and we was on going up in a good way with ownership, because the way to have more control is to have more ownership. And we had a lot of real estate successful businesses in Tulsa, but sadly one of the downsides of ending segregation is the things that we had that was thriving pretty good all ended. So that was pretty sad to hear. And lastly, I went into Stanley Clark, who's a musical artist who's been produced and also been a part of a lot of different um, um, what I've heard today, produced for a lot of different movies with music that he had, and also just a lot of great songs he has created over the years, which people have heard. And you got to give respect to Stanley Clark, because not just the great music he has created, but the him giving back to the community, giving opportunities for upcoming artists to be successful in the industry. That's really inspiring and inspirational.
Musical underscores.
Yeah. So that concludes my segment on this concludes my Behind the Mic, I guess. This is student host Walter Pierce. Make sure you tune in every Saturday morning on 89.5 WSOU from 7 to 8 a.m. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube, like, and leave a comment. Besides that, Questyouthradio is the best youth radio.